Hey everybody, this is Jib from Team JNC back here from YCS Orlando that just got done this past weekend, and I finished top 8 with Maliss. First off, shout out to the team, shout out to JNC, shout out to our new store that we just opened up in Philly, Pennsylvania area. Definitely go check it out. Shout out to everybody who lent me cards. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Santi. Shout out to JJ. Shout out to Pac for letting me borrow high rarity cards. Shout out to Joey for also letting me borrow cards. And shout out to the people that I test with, mainly for this event being Pac and Gabriel Susi. Those are the homies. We built this deck together. So this is what I ended up playing for this weekend. I played 3 copies of Dormouse, 3 copies of White Rabbit, 3 copies of Cheshire Cat. That's it for the Maliss monsters. We played no Dotscaper. Dotscaper is for Maliss with training wheels. Once you are super proficient with the deck, you don't need it. And there are definitely ways to play around it. Me and Pac are dropping a new masterclass soon on how to play Maliss without Dotscaper post Suda. So definitely look out for that. The most interesting part about our list, opposed to everyone else, and this is going to look crazy, but we played 2 copies of Maliss and Underground and 1 copy of Gold Sarcophagus. We just felt that Maliss and Underground / Gold Sarcophagus was the worst extender in the deck. It comboed the least with the Bystials, which were our main extenders, and it was the worst way to start because it just made all of our combos worse, especially with no Dotscaper. So we wanted to cut down on engine cards in order to play more non-engine, and these were the first ones to go. So we didn't play a 3rd Underground or Fill Spell, and we played 11 engine cards. Now for the Bystial part of the deck, we played 1 Magnemite, we played 3 copies of Druid Worm, 3 copies of Boldrake, and then the Spice for this weekend, we played 3 copies of Saronir. So we played a full 10 Bystial lineup. This is not usual. Usually you see 7 or 4, excluding these. But we felt like the Bystials were the best non-engine against the deck we expected to play the most of, being the Fiendsmith Rizel deck. And they were the best extenders to have next to a name. And we didn't care which Bystial it was. Which, funny enough, going first, Saronir is actually just the 2nd best Bystial after Magma. These 2 are better going second, but Saronir, for your going first combos, next to Magma, you'd rather have a Saronir than any of these 6 because Saronir is able to then dump a Magma, and then some combos you're able to firewall loop the Magma back to your hand. So these cards were insane. I wouldn't change it. It was a really good decision to play 10 Bystials. Then for the rest of the non-engine, this time around, we decided to use hand traps. We just felt that the board breakers weren't good enough into the Fiendsmith Rizel deck with twins, and then also when they revealed the Mitsurugi cards, it was just like, yeah, we can't play breakers and try to have a good win rate against those decks. So we played these 12 hand traps. We felt like these were the best. They comboed the best with Nibiru, and they covered the mirror match and the Fiendsmith Rizel deck really well. And then for the last non-engine card was the goo of the weekend. Apparently everyone was onto it. 3 Metaltronus. This card is just broken in the mirror match, broken against Fiendsmith deck, and it has like weird application against other decks like Kristrons, etc. This non-engine lineup paired with the Bystials was amazing. I felt like I had the best Maliss deck in the room, honestly. My loss in top 8 was to Julian. Shout out to him, another up and coming player. It was unfortunate, but this non-engine just felt amazing, to be honest. I didn't lose against a single Rizel deck. Then for the 3 bricks, 1 TB11, 107, and 106. This one's the worst one to draw. These 2 are manageable next to a name. This one is I would even almost consider good next to a name to open this one. It just helps you extend. But it wasn't half bad. Chopper token. Then for the extra deck, played 1 Link Decoder for our only Link 1 Dark, 1 IP, 1 SP, 1 Haggard Lizard, 1 Splash Mage. That's it for the Link 2s. Then for the Link 3s, we played 1 Red Ransom, 1 White Binder, 1 Hearts Cryptor. These are it for our Link 3s. And then for the Link 4s, played Firewall Dragon, Access Code Talker, and then the new combo being Griffin and a Bow. This was amazing. I only summoned it a few times, but it was really good. You're able to summon this card a lot when you get hand trapped, funny enough, and it's way easier to summon than Terahertz. And Terahertz gets a lot worse when everyone is playing Bystials because then your Desave Worm never resolves. So I was happy with the change. It allowed us to play more utility. And then for the last 2 cards in my extra deck, I played 1 copy of Detonator. I don't have it with me. I had to give it back to the person I borrowed it for. But then the real goo of this weekend was 1 copy of Goblin's Crazy Beast. This was the goo. This was actually just the goo. Not a lot of people were playing this. I know that Mario D'Amico was playing this in his Bystial Fiendsmith deck, but in Maliss, this card is the goo with 10 Bystials. It just helps the Fiendsmith Ryzel matchup so much. One of the issues that I was coming across was when you double Bystialed the Fiendsmith Ryzel deck and then they still had Detonator. It felt like the 2 Bystials, if it wasn't a Druid Worm, it was really hard in order to deal with the Detonator sometimes. But this card actually just solves all those issues. You're able to make this, and then this alone deals with Detonator plus Cross, which was crazy. So that's the 15 card extra deck. Then for the side deck, played 3 copies of Phantasme, 3 copies of Lancia, 6 cards for the mirror, but these also going against Fiendsmith Ryzel. We wanted to respect Mitsurugi, so we played 3 copies of Draw. It was really just for Mitsurugi, and then sometimes we sided it in going first against like the Fiendsmith, basically all the Ryzel decks, because like if you set up a board and then have Draw, it's really hard for them to win because their Ryzels don't like cycle, so they can't really commit to an Exciton Knight and keep advantage because on the first search you stop this, so they have to really be careful with what Xyz they make. And then other times, like when they double Charmy you or even Charmy you in general, you draw this card, you just like let them draw 1, you draw yourself. You don't have to search or draw during your combo. And then you're able to sometimes even add it back with Firewall. So the card was fine. I didn't draw it too much, but when I did, it was like, all right. Then the Go First package is 3 copies of Crossout, 1 copy of Call By, 1 copy of Impermanence. We didn't play Imperm in our deck, so we wanted to play Imperm in the side. I know Pack played Tactics instead of Imperm, but I just thought that this was better because, yeah, we wanted to have Imperm, especially post side when we went first with the cross. It didn't make sense not to play. And then we played 1 copy of Feather Duster as another go second card against the Fiendsmith decks to side in with the Phantasme. We just wanted cards to draw with Phantasme, and this deals with Cross. And in the mirror match, it deals with their back row, and it deals with like their set Mellotronus and stuff. So this is the deck. I really enjoyed it. Got top 8. Wish I could have won. Same thing with Anaheim, getting really close and not being able to finish. But I feel like a win is coming soon. So definitely make sure to check out JNC and check out my socials, twitch.tv/jib_Yugioh, and the same thing for my YouTube. Thank you. Have a great day.